Hello out there world, I just come back to Bangkok yesterday from Phuket and I just arrived to Lumpini Park. Today's video is about the transportation in Bangkok because for many of you guys it can be really hard to moving around. For some people it may be nightmare, for some other people it can be actually very easy. On today's video I'm gonna explain you step by step everything, any kind of options how to moving around Bangkok, what is the easiest way, what is the cheapest, what is the most difficult, what is the most expensive, and how to don't get scammed, because unfortunately like in any other big cities in Asia you can get a scam. So bear with me today, and as the bonus I'm gonna show you beautiful Lumpini Park, which is one of the biggest and one of the most beautiful city parks in Bangkok, where casually warrants walking around. So whenever I just entered this park there was the one big warrant just walking next to me. I make a beautiful shot what you're seeing right now on the screen, so it's very interesting place. Let's start it with what kind of transportation option we have in Bangkok. So obviously taxi, then you have a Tuk Tuks. Wow, this is the warrant what I was just talking about. He's walking just literally over here. Can you see him? This is like a little Komodo dragon. And there is the cat. I wonder if they're gonna eat them. Actually, I think these warrants looks more scary than they actually are. This is the cat, this is the warrant. The birds, everybody live peacefully in the harmony here. However, cat looks scary a little bit. Me too. Alright, I got a little bit distracted with this warrant. I have to really look where I'm stepping on or what I'm stepping on. I wouldn't like to step on the warrant like this one. Anyway, what kind of transportations we have in Bangkok? Of course, the taxis, the Tuk Tuks, legendary Tuk Tuks. You have a BTS with the monorail driving on the sky. We have a metro, which is MRT. Of course, we have a river taxis, which are very popular in Bangkok, and they are actually very cheap. Private drivers, this is actually kind of rare, but you can find this. Online taxis, Grab, in-driver. So we have two types of the river taxi, actually one who are cruising on the canals and another one on the big river of Bangkok. The most often recommended transportation option in Bangkok is using online taxi like a Grab or in-driver. Grab is actually pretty expensive in Bangkok, I could say. Let's say when I was just before, I was checking how's the price is going from Terminal 21 in central Bangkok Sukhumvit area to Loft Sukhumvit 11, which is like very close. By Grab it shows you around 150 bahts. The taxi driver will ask you for the crazy amount like 200 or 300 because they don't want to switch on the meter, because if they use the meter it could be actually around 50-70 baht. Tuk Tuk asking you straightforward 200 baht, and so it's like very hard. And the in-driver is actually the cheapest option, and they only ask for about 50 bahts. And the same story is if you are coming from airport or to the airport. So from online taxi drivers, I highly suggest you to using in-driver, eventually Grab. The Grab is popular, it's like a Uber, but in Asia it's definitely probably more safer. However, it's not that super cheap. If you are looking for very low budget driving around with the good prices, in-driver, you have on the screen how does it look, the application. I drive few times, especially between the city center and airports, and wasn't a problem. Also, as the bonus, you can choose driver ranks, how many stars they have it, and what car they're driving. If you want to have something more luxury and you are lucky, you can get a Camry or Honda Civic or something like that. If it's like you need to have a big van, you can choose highest, especially in Phuket is the option like this one, and so on. A lot of people in Bangkok using the taxis. There are so many companies who are driving taxis. They are like yellow, green, yellow, pink, blue, and few more. However, I never was lucky enough to having a taxi ride with the metro. They always ask me for some crazy amount of money to pay up front, which I was like never happy to do it. I did it once from the hotel. The hotel ordered taxi for me. Actually, they already said that's gonna be 500 bahts from Sukhumvit 11 to the airport. So I didn't have an even option to negotiate, just 500, you take it or not. I took it. I know as he switched on the meter and covered by the hat, baht. So this is some sort of scam in Bangkok. You have to be careful. For me personally, I do not recommend it using the taxis in Bangkok. However, if you have a better experience, you can let me know in the comment section. Maybe you were lucky enough to using a meter. I think the driving a taxi with meter could be actually very affordable if the drivers really would like to use them. Another popular option of transportation in Bangkok, they are Tuk Tuks, legendary Bangkok Tuk Tuks. Alright, first of all, if you are in Bangkok at least once in your lifetime, you have to take a ride with the Tuk Tuk. No matter how much they're gonna ask you to pay, this is like a lifetime experience. It's actually very cool. Personally, I like it. However, it's just very hard to negotiating the prices. Once I took this Tuk Tuk from Sukhumvit 11 to Chinatown, which was like not really far. They asked me for 200 baht. I was trying to negotiate. They couldn't. That was almost not possible to negotiate the price. So eventually I paid that. However, I knew it's supposed to be at least half price of that for the normal price for the tuk-tuk, or even less. Other day I wanted to take a tuk-tuk from the Nana BTS station up to my hotel in Sukhumvit 11 travel lodge. It's like literally 5 minutes walk, maybe 1 kilometer, not even 600 meters, something like that. And the tuk-tuk driver was said 100 baht. Wow, this is another waran in the water. I'm really scared to walk in here. Have to be careful. He said 100 baht. It was raining. He actually didn't want to do this. He asked me actually to go to some sort of place where the girls and stuff like this. Normally it's supposed to be 30 baht. But definitely not 100 for 5 minutes. Another option of transportation is using BTS or MRT, which is the monorail or the metro system. If you are living in the center, I highly recommend you to stay somewhere in the area of Sukhumvit Road, because you know it's saving your time and a lot of hotel options and a lot of transportation options around. So I usually use the the BTS MRT. The one ride costs you approximately starting from 16 baht up to 40 something, up to 50 bahts for a longer ride. It's very convenient, it's very clean, it's very safe. I really enjoy it. I'm using the special cards, prepaid cards, what you're buying in the each stations. You can buy it, or you can buy the single-use ticket, but I highly recommend you to using the MRT card and BTS card. That's two different companies, two different systems, so it's two different cards. Highly recommend it. It's very convenient. You just top up once and use. You can also use the contactless credit card. However, I don't recommend that. I don't have it either way. However, I heard as it's possible. It's very punctual, working since 6 o'clock at morning up to midnight. Well, what I can say is the cheapest and the most safest way of moving around Bangkok. The only problem is it's also a lot of walking. If you are going from point A to point B, which point B is the MRT or BTS stations, it's a lot of walking. In Bangkok it's very hot. You see my face, I'm already working in the park and it's like a 4 p.m. and I feel already so hot. And also sometimes it's rainy, especially if you are coming into race season like this one. So it's a lot of pros and a lot of cons. However, definitely the most affordable and the most convenient way to moving around Bangkok. One of the last options, of course, of the transportation in Bangkok is using the river taxi or the canal taxi. Actually, I'm thinking about the canal taxi. You can moving around the city center. It's cost you, one ride costs you something between 11 and 13 bahts, which is actually extremely cheap. It's very cool experience. However, it's not that convenient. I mean, there is only one canal, a few canals where you can going, so not everywhere you can get using this form of the transportation. Either you don't like it, it's highly recommended to use it, to try it at least once. It's actually very cool experience. I did it on my very first day in Bangkok and I love it. I do it a few times after that, even just for no reason, just for fun. It's highly recommended, it's safe, and it's also very cheap. And the last option is river taxi. The taxis, the ferries, where they are cruising across the main river in Bangkok. I used to do the special tour, special video, you can watch it. I do the tour from to the neighborhood outside Bangkok for only 15 bahts one way, using the local boat. There are also speed boats and more luxury boats. Also, there is the one more, Icon Siam, where you can use the free shuttle. Also, you have to pass the river. So this is another option, also highly recommended to use it. However, that's only moving around destination where something next to the river, of course. Briefly, that's the transportation options in Bangkok. I highly recommended you to using the public transport or the online services like InDriver or the Grab. Also, it's very important where do you stay in Bangkok. Highly recommended to staying in somewhere in the area of Sukhumvit. Sukhumvit 11 is nice, but anywhere elsewhere in Sukhumvit between Soi 1, Soi 2 up to Soi 50s, it's pretty good area to stay in Bangkok. Also Silom area is pretty nice. You're not gonna spend much money on transportation, and also what is even more important, you're not gonna waste much time of moving around, because in Bangkok sometimes there are the traffic jams as well. And today, as the bonus, you saw in the background the beautiful Lumpini Park. I recommended place if you have a time to come over here, have a walk, or maybe some exercises, or maybe making videos if you're a YouTuber like me. It's a very nice place in the city center of Bangkok. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Big thumb up. I'm making videos every single day. This is still my Thailand series, and tomorrow is another video. See ya. Take care.